The ensuing fire was the talk of the surrounding village for years, and to this day the phrase "bright as the night the castle burned down" remains in local vernacular. Oh boy. Well, Arian, I hope you know what you're doing. In the meantime, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully, without too much trouble. My god. Okay, another sword. Is this any better than the pickaxe? It's not. Why is the pickaxe so good? Well, not complaining though. Absolutely not complaining. Oh. Wait. I know you.
Halt!
You're new boy.
Blimey, is that you, Witcher? They say you killed the king.
Not true.
Well,
All
didn't,
lies.
and I'm going to prove it.
I'm inclined to believe you.
Glad to hear that. It'd be pretty stupid if I had to kill you now. Did all the Reavers survive the assault?
Aye, they've been drinking themselves silly for 2 days now. I believe I owe you something.
You don't owe me a thing.
We wound up in a boiling cauldron during the assault. You know how it is when knights get caught in a tight passage. Nowhere to go. Those in the back push forward. Those in the front are stuck. And halberd blows raining down from above. I'd have been crushed if not for my armor. And about 10 blows landed on my helmet. My ears still ring and I puke time and again. But I live and breathe.
Concussion. It'll pass.
So, were you with the Reavers also in the Scoia'tael ambush?
Were you on patrol with the Reavers when they ran into those Scoia'tael?
Aye.
Kenneth mentioned the unit was especially vicious. Notice anything out of the ordinary? A unit emblem or something?
Blue
Right you
stripes?
are. They had masks made of the cloth of Special Forces uniforms, and they hollered a lot. Yorveth or some such.
Where did the dragon come from?
I've no idea, but it saved our asses. The elves ceased shooting at the sight of it. Can't tell you anymore, as we fled right then as if the devil himself was on our tail. Take this. Kenneth told me to study up, but I've not the mind for it. Just not cut out to be a dragon hunter, I guess. It could be useful to you, though.
I need to go.
There are sentries on the dike. No way you'll slip through.
Can you distract them?
I'll try, but remember, count me out if there's a fight. In fact, we could end up foes.
I hope not. Go.
Just give me a minute.
Especially because, yeah, if I want to sneak aboard the boat... Oh, there's Triss. If we get into a fight, he will have to keep up appearances. And if that happens, I will have to kill him. And
The Kingslayer's escaped! We need to cut him off! Follow me!
I really don't want to do that.
Let's go!
In any case, we don't really have a lot of time to read whatever he just gave me. We need to get out of here. Okay, passage is free. Can I get out of this alive? Without trouble? Like, where are the...
Geralt, over here.
Yes, coming. Right after I loot everything. Every little tidbit can help me out. Thank you. Okay, let's go. Safe and sound, no trouble, no fighting. Good. Ah, it's so nice to see you, Triss. And for a moment I really thought that you guys were on the other side. Well.
Bloody hell, you didn't have to torch the castle.
Not my
You
fault.
were to sneak out. Avoid anything resembling a bloodbath.
I tried.
You left me the key to my manacles, not an invisibility cloak. Triss, is everything all right?
Not exactly. I'm no longer the royal advisor. I've lost my post, my home in Vizima. Witcher's mistress, they call me. Kingslayer's whore.
Yep. We'll clear our names, really. We will.
People say what they think they have to.
I know, but...
They'll change their minds as soon as we find the Kingslayer. Roche will see to that. Right, spy?
I'm no spy, but you're mostly correct. An interregnum is chaos by definition. Rats like Baron Kimbolt and Count Maravel rule Temeria now, or strive to. But no one save old Natalis can restore true order.
Natalis is far away and of low birth. The crown's simply out of his reach. Baron Kimbolt, on the other hand.
Politics is secondary right now. Vernon, learn anything new about the Kingslayer?
A week ago, I got a message from an informer in Flotsam. He saw Yorveth in the company of a large, bald man, not unlike the one you described.
A week ago? Sounds like a cold trail to me.
We need to start somewhere. The trading post is a few days upriver, in the forests that lie on the Aedirnian border. Yorveth's territory.
Flotsam it is, then. Triss,
Yes?
I'm a bit beat up. Will you look at my wounds?
A bit beat up.
Let's go below deck. And I need you to tell me about Yennefer in detail. I want to hear it all, even the things you don't want to tell me, even the things that might hurt.
Prepare to cast off! Clear the lines and all aboard!
Because that's the thing.
Lines clear, Captain!
Triss and I might have a relationship of some kind right now, but before I lost my memory, I apparently have been with this Yennefer, or at least I'm guessing. So, what do we do about that?
Honor's a curious thing. Honor made Arian fight a mismatched battle against the might of Temeria. Facing defeat, Honor told Arian to bow his neck to save his men. But that same honor prevented him from saving himself.
Life can't be easy for anyone who's unlucky enough to be labeled a regicide. That goes triple for someone like Geralt. Could his luck get any worse?
Possibly.
I've known the Witcher for a long time, and I'm sure that kings, courts, and politics concern him about as much as last year's snow. But hey, life doesn't always dole out what we expect, right? Sometimes it even forces us to associate with unsavory characters like Vernon Roche. No, I'm not making any excuses, and yes, I had my reasons. The Witcher spent most of the way to Flotsam talking to someone. Long into the evening, as water lapped against the boat's side, Triss told him forgotten stories of his unexpected child and his toxic relationship with a sorceress named Yennefer. Stories of a life stolen from him. Am I boring you? Don't set this tale aside. Give me just a few minutes more, for someone special's about to appear in dire straits upon a scaffold.
So wait, an unexpected child? I thought witches were sterile. 4 months earlier, Temerian Aedirn border. Oh, so way before the Kingslayer. And if I have to guess, that might be your word. Oh, we're dealing with whole new monsters over here.
Sheathe your sword, elf. I'm here to talk. Bow low. You stand before a head crowned.
Well, ain't that fun?
That of Demavend, king of Aedirn by the grace of the gods, sovereign of the Pontar Valley, and so on.
And you are?
A friend to non-humans. I have an offer.
Speak quickly and to the point. The Arrakis will soon return, and I'd rather know all before then.
I can add several more heads to this one, each crowned.
Go on.
Foltest to start with. I barely escaped in Aedirn. I'll need help. Access to your hideouts and maps of your secret trails, and the support of the Scoia'tael. I want no gold and have no interest in a killer's fame.
Then why do you wish them dead?
It's a long story. Your beast nabbed his necker. Time to go. Do we have a deal, Elf?
Chapter 1, present-day Temerian Eden border. So, this Jorvard, he knows about this Kingslayer. We have to find him. Because if anyone can lead us to him, it's this elf. But that
Flotsam
still
should be
leaves...
just beyond the point. We'll take the beach.
Who's we?
You and me. Reconnaissance.
I'm coming too.
You should stay behind. We can't be sure of the reception we'll get.
Precisely why I won't let you go alone. Someone's got to look after you.
We're grown-up men. We can handle
Time of
ourselves.
the month.
Oh, oi! No! How dare you, Roche? How dare you?
I believe it's clear that Roche has never had to deal with an angry mage before. If he keeps this attitude up, I wouldn't be surprised if he would find out about it sooner rather than later. Sheesh.
Oh my god. But yeah, we're still left with a whole lot of questions without too many answers. Anyway. Let's first start off with all the stuff that we now know, because we have a whole lot more to read. Foltest was not so lucky the second time. Having dropped his guard, the Witcher was caught by surprise, and the king died at the hands of an assassin. The murderer was also a mutant, similar in garb and behavior to the previous assassin. Furthermore, he seemed to recognize Geralt. Sadly, the Kingslayer escaped, and our hero was blamed for the monarch's death. And this Kingslayer, I think he might be a Witcher by the look of those eyes of his. First imprisoned and now pursued for a crime he did not commit, the Witcher was sailing up the Pontar River towards the town of Flotsam. Geralt wanted to clear his name and was intrigued by the Witcher-like assassins. Our hero needed to solve the mystery of the Kingslayers, and a certain informant of the Temerian intelligence service was to help him in that. Thank you, Roche. Okay, returning memories. The interrogation in the dungeon of Lavalette Castle took its toll on Geralt. The Witcher's body, despite its mutations, was beat up, bruised and scarred. At one point, Geralt experienced a shock so extreme that it elicited an old memory. All of a sudden, the Witcher recalled the moments of his death. Once more he relived his demise in Rivia. Once more he lay on the ground, pierced by a peasant's pitchfork. Once more he bled to death. When another vision came to him a few days later, Geralt knew he was gradually recovering his memory. That's good, that's progress, but still, the idea of the great monster slayer, Geralt of Rivia, being killed by a peasant with a pitchfork, it goes to show that even the strongest men and women can still be taken down by the smallest of things. Okay, blood of his blood. Priests can be very touchy about intruders defiling their temples, a fact to which desecrators of the Lionhead Spider sanctuaries can attest. Luckily, this time Geralt had a less macabre cult to deal with, and the High Priest turned out to be sensitive to changes in the political climate. After a few words, the Witcher and the Monarch were on their way to the Solar, where they hoped to find the children. However, Before our heroes could reach the king's progeny, the dragon swooped down on them once more. The beast attacked with fury and fought relentlessly. Had Geralt been, say, a potter, only charred corpses and possibly some earthenware shards would have remained. But the dragon was up against a witcher, and after a fierce battle, it was forced to turn tail. Geralt led Voltors to the Solar, to Bussy and Anne. The king found his children, the blood of his blood, only to die at the hands of an assassin disguised as a monk. On the temple floor with his throat slit open, so died Foltest, son of Medel, king of Temeria, prince of Sodden, sovereign of Pontar and Mahakam, and senior protector of Bruges and Elendar. Geralt failed to stop the murderer, and when soldiers burst into the room, they immediately and mistakenly identified him as the Kingslayer. They piled upon the Witcher, knocking him down and knocking him out. Which led us right into the dungeons of the La Falettes. Geralt was free. He rushed towards the riverboat of the Special Forces, his head a jumble of questions. Triss Merigold and Vernon Roche awaited him on board the vessel, but alas, they had no answers. Future events would shed light on a mystery, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. When Melitelli's heart, yeah, this freaking thing, the less armor, I've been noticing it. I need to fix this whole thing. Oh my god. Okay. Upon emerging from the dungeon, Geralt ran into, you guessed it, New Boy. The Reaver remembered that the witch's advice had saved his life and responded in kind. He offered to draw away the guards blocking the way to Vernon Roche's vessel. Thank you, New Boy. With New Boy's help, the Witcher managed to sneak aboard unmolested, and so the advice he had offered the Reaver in passing had now saved his own life. Thank you very much. So, a rough landing. Vernon Roche's ship finally reached the vicinity of Flotsam, a trading post governed by Commander Loredo. Roche wanted to meet his informant, yet, unsure of the commander's loyalties, chose not to dock in the harbour, but rather to land on the beach and conduct a bit of reconnaissance before bringing his ship in. He took to scouting in the company of Geralt and Triss. Smart choice, especially now when the whole kingdom is in turmoil. And also, a sword for monsters. I no longer have my Witcher sword. A Witcher stripped of his monster fighting sword is like a dwarf without a beard. Geralt's silver blade had flown off with the dragon just after their memorable encounter on the walls of La Valette Castle, so our hero needed a new one. The best, though certainly not the only way to acquire one, was to have it forged by the dwarf blacksmith, who had a workshop in Flotsam's non-human district. Okay, that's stop number 1 or stop number 2. I need a sword.
Your witch's ass is gonna have to get wet. Jump!
Getting on it. Just shush. In the meantime...
Witcher, we're waiting.
Yes. Okay. Quilted leather. Don't mind if I do.
Come on already.
Yeah. Okay, there's my place of power. And
Any
I'm
news
wet.
from your secret informer?
The port's blocked. Some merchants are being held up for months.
What about roads through the forest?
Yorveth rules the forest.
So we're about to meet Yorveth. If so, perfect. Also, in the meantime, give me all the stuff that I can take. Thank you. Lots of good stuff. Timber, oil, everything. Ooh, diagram 4? What kind of diagram was that? Witch's silver sword. That's what I need. And do I have all them? Oh, I need 2 silver ore. Am I going to find 2 silver ore?
All right, Geralt.
Do you have any silver ore in that back pocket of yours, maybe? Possibly not. How are we with bombs and stuff? Because, as usual, at the start of a chapter, they are removed from my hotbar. Okay, do I have anything else? Blue stripes combat jacket. The quilted leather armor is better with armor, but the rest not so much. Let's see, do I have anything else that might be good? No, it does not appear I have anything else. Okay, in that case, time to move on. But if this forest is under control of Yorveth...
Where are we?
In a forest?
Very funny. But who does it belong to?
Yorveth?
Yorveth, maybe? I know more about the Pontar Valley than you think. For instance, I know that Foltest stole this land from Demavend a few years back. I believe you had a hand in that?
Hear that?
I smell an elf.
That is not the way to start things. I know non-humans and humans and everything, it's all troublesome, but... Really, don't anger him instantly, come on.
That's...
Vernon Roche, Special Forces Commander for the last 4 years. Servant of the Temerian King. Responsible for the pacification of the Mahakaman foothills. Hunter of elves. Murderer of women and children.
Your fame precedes
Twice
you.
decorated for valor on the field of battle.
Yorveth, a regular son of a whore.
Nice retort for...
I've long awaited our meeting. Laid plans, set traps. And now you appear in my forest of your own volition.
You aided the man who slew my king.
King or beggar, what's the difference? One Dwan less.
You're only getting yourself into trouble. Yeah. Since when did the Scoia'tael hire humans?
Since when did the Scoia'tael hire professional killers to do their dirty work? A Dwan even. You've fallen low.
A hired killer, true. But in all certainty, he is no Dwan.
Don't make a big deal of the race thing.
Yet race is the very reason we fight. We have pointed ears, yours are rounded. We are few, yet long-lived. Your kind multiplies like vermin, though thankfully expires quickly. Humans and elves alike, trying to prove one shape is better than the other. 400 years of killing over the mold of the Oracle.
Okay, yeah, we are here for the Kingslayer, friend.
The Kingslayer's among you. We've come for him.
Then our interests collide. The Kingslayer is under my protection, and I'll not hand over a guest.
Well, in that case, I've heard enough of your philosophy. There's no talking to you, is there? Like... I understand the whole idea of the non-humans fighting for more freedom, because, yeah, the whole racism from the humans against the non-humans is quite bad. But the way the elves and everything and the dwarves go about it, and the entire philosophy of the Scoia'tael, they need a course correction for sure. Like, kill a king! He's just a Dwan, he's just a human. What's the difference? No.
You're just another old elf in a young elf's skin, using clever words to mask an obvious truth.
Obvious, you say?
This is not about race or freedom, or even vengeance. You're here because someone powerful told you to be. Someone who's using you. They may wear a crown, carry a magic wand, or even lead a guild. But be sure of this. It's not about your freedom, your rights, or your ears. Nilfgaard plowed you once. Now someone new does. Am I wrong?
Those times are gone. No one will ever use the Scoia'tael again.
Who are you addressing? Me? Yourself? Or the archers in those shrubs?
Oh boy.
Enough of this piss!
No!
Starley!
Roche, come on! We're in trouble now. Real trouble!
These spars, parapet lawn, warped!
Triss, you're a miracle worker. Yeah,
I'll discourage them.
for now maybe.
Triss, are you
Oh.
alright?
Lovely.
Oh god. You know, maybe this wouldn't have happened if you
Should
attacked
have
him.
charmed the archers. They're coming.
Yeah, should have done this, should have done that. Should have, would have, all that kind of stuff. How are we going to get out of
Geralt,
this?
the spell's still working. Stay close.
Okay, oh. If the spell's still close...
So no more butterflies. Let's get...
Back
Yeah.
to the boat?
There's even more of them that way. We must fight our way toward Flotsam.
Yeah, good idea, but...
Get your hands off my ass.
Who did you think it was?
I'm not a sack of flour or one of your commandos. I'm a woman.
I noticed.
I'm really sick.
Okay, friend, you need to stay down. Come on.
At least I'll die holding a lovely ass.
Not
Really,
mine.
Vernon? Not the
I'll
time.
hold the spell.
Come on, let's
Come on.
go.
Oh, what? Oh, there's a few more than I thought there would be. Oh boy.
Are you alright?
Yes.
I'm trying to be alright myself though, but there's a few too many of them for my taste.
Happening, all I see are your boots.
Where the hell is that trading post?
You don't want to look back, let's say that. Oh, come on.
Starting to think we'll make it.
And the moment I get out of here... Ooh, bomb.
Barrier's waiting.
Have a bomb.
Triss,
No, have a bomb.
Quick!
give me a bit more magic. Just a little.
Oh, come on.
Geralt, kill them now.
Working on it, but I don't really... I can't really do a whole lot. Because I'm getting slaughtered myself. Okay, come on, we're good. Quen is still up, we're still alive.
Scoia'tael attacking! Alarm! Squirrels!
I think
among them! Ready yourselves!
I think most of them are dead though, so... Okay, if we stay inside of this magical shield, we'll be safe. Oh, that could have gone better though. So at least the town is safe from them, but...
You know each other?
Rather well. But he has amnesia. I actually took the Witcher by surprise when I killed Foltest. Fear not, Elf. I know Geralt. I know his weakness.
Oh yeah, what might that weakness be? Let me prove you otherwise.
Too many spells at once. You can die from that.
See that?
Yeah, the Kingslayer and Yorvith.
You all in one piece? Who are you?
I'm a Witcher.
Emir var Emrys, spice merchant.
A trader?
In spices.
Uh-huh. And the woman?
My good man, we barely escaped death. Be so kind as to tell us where we might get some rest. We'll explain everything later.
Very well. Head for the market square. You might be in time for the execution. Some ne'er-do-wells are going to hang. A dwarf and some bard.
Oh god.
There's also an inn and a brothel.
Fun
Oh
times.
yeah, the brothel sounds especially interesting.
Yes.
Take care now.
So this...
Spice merchant. Not likely.
Yeah, seriously, Roche. What a horrible excuse.
Did you say that?
Squirrels at our very walls.
Yorveth led them. I saw him with my own eyes.
Who are these blokes?
They're the ones
None of your
who
concern.
chasing
None of your concern at all. Just keep moving. Nothing to be seen here. A rough landing? That's an understatement.
When we need him.
Anyway.
Shut it yourself.
Alright, this just popped up. By the gods stringing up swords. Cultural events are rare in the province, thus it is unsurprising that when a rarity like the hanging of collaborators takes place, the whole town turns out. And when a Nilfgaard do as the Nilfgaardians do. Geralt and the company proceeded without hesitation to the scaffold square to partake in the local entertainment. That is something I will never understand. Like, I'm quite squeamish in regards to blood and everything, so... It's just like with the execution in Skyrim, in the moment you enter Solitude. It's like, all the people come and watch. Yay! Let's see someone get beheaded. Okay, wanted, dead or alive, the Elf Yorvard. Exceptionally ruthless commander of a unit of squirrels. Noticed. Not a great fan of him. Okay, the square is in this direction.
People!
I think the steam's ready.
and miracles!
The hanging, friend.
Yes, see you at the hanging. Well, hopefully not me hanging. This way? Oh yes, and this is where our friend comes into play. Dandelion, what the hell did you get into this time around?
By the gods stringing up swords. Even though we might suffer from amnesia, it's clear as day that Dandelion finds trouble just as easily as we do. Is it not for giving flute lessons? And it is for whatever he did this time around.